Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Legend of Nat 1. I am your DM and a fully medicated person, Germán Rodriguez.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't look at a gift horse at all. It knows when you gaze upon it. Welcome to Nat 1.
Oh, God.
I'm Shane, and I play Sylas.
I didn't know we were supposed to have something prepared. My name is Valen, and I'm being played by Pavel.
You're playing yourself, boy.
And my name is Quitana, and I am unsurprised by Valen's lack of preparation given his penchant for chaos.
Agents
Honestly,
of Chaos.
my doing other podcast intros bit, I'm running out of podcasts that are recognizable, so I kind of like that you guys are just doing in-character, intros. No, this is me, and the player is secondary.
Yeah.
Oh, also my name's Rick, I guess.
I was just gonna say, there's a psychiatrist listening. I apologize. It's okay. They'll figure it out one day that the second voice is not the one in charge. We'll get there. Ooh, that was loud. Anyways, I'm so glad that we're back together again. A lot happened since last recording, and I miss all of you so much.
I missed you all too.
I did not miss anyone. Quitana was content.
Well.
That follows.
And not to put him on the spot, but I'd like to congratulate Shane Sherry for getting his first dose of the COVID vaccine.
Yes, congratulations.
Proving that science works.
Yes, thank you.
I'm eligible on Monday.
The fact that I got it before you, though, speaks volumes to the insanity of this process.
I mean, just remember that, what's his name? The one that murdered his wife by stabbing? O.J. Simpson. He got it before a lot of people.
I mean,
Really?
I think if 2020 taught us anything, it's that this country is irreparably broken. But
Yep. So everybody's still feeling okay, right? Mental health check real quick. That what was it? 43 senators are fine with just assassinating your political rivals. 43 Republicans said they were chill with that. So how y'all doing today?
I'm here, I'm queer, and I only cried once so far.
That's a good day.
I put orange juice in my vodka this morning to pretend that it's breakfast.
That's self-care. But you know what else is self-care? Some DnD.
And on that note, let's do a little recap of what happened last episode. Last episode, we were back in the community for the last time. Well, not the last time, but we were getting ready to move on. And on this community hangout, we found out that Valen's homeland has a very rich history of weapons of mass destruction and a lot of folklore. So that's nice. We learned how the weapon was built in the past and what needs to be done to get it built again. And that put our heroes on the right path to continue their journey to make the world a better place. Any personal memories that your characters left the last episode with?
Oh yes, I remember learning about the giant gun that Valen plans to give me to assist in my inquisition.
Oh, Jesus. I remember being locked in a cage for a while.
It wasn't a cage, it was a guest bedroom.
It was a quarantine. It is standard procedure, and we are very grateful that the members of the community have such strong rules in place to protect themselves and everyone else. It is a part of order.
I just don't remember Quitana being quarantined.
Actually, if you listen back to episode, I believe, 12, Quitana was very happy to be quarantined. She not only embraced it, but congratulated the community on its processes.
Yeah,
so again, maybe check your notes next time, Valen.
Well, as a serious professional podcaster, I never listen to these things, so that's not gonna happen.
We also had some one-on-ones, I believe. I know I spoke with Manuela, and then you two had no conversations of importance about my future at all.
Absolutely.
Correct.
I would never presume to tell you what to do with your life. I am a big proponent
Liar.
of free will. As long as you do the actions that I have assigned you with no deviation.
Yes.
As long as your free will falls into the clearly outlined instructions I'm giving you, you have free
Precisely.
will. Yes.
You get it.
I do love how concerned Quitana was with like Sylas having free will and the other like influences on him growing up, and then like immediately, yes, but now you will be an agent of order and cease your frivolous ways with your baby arms and baby voice. Yes? Okay, good.
Exactly. You see, free will is important, and you must foster it to make sure that people make the correct, orderly decisions on their own without being coerced. But if you must coerce them, then that is plan B, you know?
Mm-hmm. Of course. Oh, we also got some sweet swag, because we did our holiday special, and we each got to keep our items from that.
Indeed, the morning after the community's last hangout, you guys wake up, and you wake up with a magical item each. Valen, you have the sensor, the ever burning sensor, and Quitana has a +1 quarterstaff with some magical money abilities, making money moves, and Sylas
has a wondrous figure of Miss Helen Mirren.
Indeed, which is voiced by our fantastic producer and editor, Bear Boo Bear.
I just want to make a small correction. Helen Mirren has shame. That's the other way around. Helen Mirren got her from the Three Kings special.
She has her champion.
You know what? She deserves it. It's Helen Mirren. She deserves whatever she wants.
And as you guys wake up and get ready for the day, eventually Manuela comes to your doors and lets you know that they're getting your clockatrices ready for transportation to get you out into the coast, and they're packing you some to go care packages, and to leave some space in your bags for it.
Why, thank you, Grandma. I give her a big ol' hug.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry, kiddo. Come on. Let's get ready. Let's start packing them clockatrices. And as that happens, you are each given a bag with 10 portions of the cockroach cheese puffs. Those are brought to you by Betsy, your your local farmer / cockroach breeder. Then you also get each a bottle of Yara's hooch. It just is liquor and it burns. You could use it as you could get it ignited. Let's just say that it can be used as a flammable. It may be
important for cauterization should one of us be injured.
And she's like, "This is one of my best batches. Real rough. I peeled off a wart of one of the clock stitches with it. Real good stuff."
The mechanical clock stitches get warts?
Well, they don't have any more after I rub some of this on them.
Fair point.
Why is Champion so nicely polished? He shines.
he gives off the smell of fermented plums as well.
Fermented plums. This is a higher grade hooch than I thought Yara was working with.
Well, Valen brought a few cases of fruit and veggies to the community, so Yara immediately got her hands on it.
Wait. Yara fermented plums in one night? What magic does Yara have?
It's been 2 nights, and she has some techniques under her belt. And that's why it's also so bad, because it's not fully done, so it's not the greatest.
Is Yara an artificer?
No spoilers there, Shane.
Listen, this community is, I will admit, a little rough around the edges, but it does have its own techniques and magics and sense of order, so I must respect it, at least until we get the giant gun and I can force everybody to do precisely as I say.
You see Manuela kind of like give you a concerned look, and she gives...
I share that look with her.
Yeah, she locks eyes with you, and she like gives you this nod of the head, kind of implying, please keep her under control.
I shrug.
Absolutely, I will keep Valen under control.
And the last departing gift that you receive is from Hank himself. Hank wobbles his way to you and gives you one of the remaining FAFSA bits that they took from the people that were initially inhabiting this place. And he lets you know that he has altered in a way that allows for you guys to communicate directly without anyone else being able to tap into your conversation. It's by text. And he lets you know that if you were to find those the software to increase defenses, you could just install it on this one, and they'll get access to it from the computer.
So I assume Hank hands it to me, but the question I have is, does Quitana yank it out of my hand?
I do not yank, but I do hold my hand out expecting you to hand it to me.
He's like,
well,
no, this is Sylas. This is you. This is your responsibility. You're the envoy, the ambassador of the community towards the rest of the world. So you should carry this.
But of course, Quitana, you will show me how to use it in depth. Does that work for you? I'll be our communications officer.
Of course. See, if you let me send the message as an example, and then I send Valen a message that just says, repent, in all caps.
Oh my god.
I reply, new bid, who dis?
I give Hank a hug, and I'm like high-fiving Tyler and the other kids. While
I also give Hank a hug.
Hank gives hugs all around.
I give him a brisk handshake.
And he reciprocates that handshake. A very strong handshake.
Quitana, so much affection.
I know, everybody was hugging. I felt like getting in on the fun.
I meant to say reciprocates, and I said retaliate. Oh god, what is wrong with me?
No, that fits.
I text Valen, see, she's growing.
New bid, who dis?
And retaliates works. I see most handshakes as combat, so...
I see.
That is true. People, when they say that a handshake tells a million things about a person, it's not a lie.
Nobody says that.
You can defeat them. If you can defeat them at a handshake, are they worthy of a companion or a business partner? I don't know.
Precisely. If your hand does not lose circulation slightly after the handshake, then what was the point?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Hank is like, she's not entirely wrong. A handshake does say a lot about a person. Anyways, we wish you the best. And as you know, our doors will always be open for you. Remember, password 1. No, I'm sorry, Clockatridge 1.
Yeah, it's Clockstridge 1. Remember, we changed it.
He scratches notes on his notepad. God damn it, I have to learn how to spell this thing.
It's Clockstridge 0NE. Spelled that way.
Uppercase N?
No. It's an uppercase C, We have fully defined our door password, and we better not use it in real life because it's going to be super hackable.
Attention,
Just like
everyone.
all my other
The
passwords.
password to all of our emails and social media accounts is clockastrich1. If you can figure out how to spell it, congratulations, you win.
I set that as my social security password. Does that make sense?
No, but
I'm
okay.
just gonna change my social security number to that to make it things a little bit more complicated. Spice it up a little bit. All right, let's move on.
Let's leave the community. Let's do a D&D adventure.
We ride off into the sunset. Good adventure, guys.
Quick question. Where are we at in terms of money right now? Because I know there was some. We got some last time, but I don't know if we got it this time.
So I'm at 500 gold from the community, and then I have 140 from Carib. That's like the Carib currency.
I just have 645 for gold.
I also have 500 community credits that Germán gave us off air.
Okay.
So that we wouldn't be completely broke.
And can I assume? I mean, I don't want to assume, but so in D&D Beyond, which we're using to keep track of our character stuff, I just took the standard like adventure pack or whatever my character gets. Do we need to like get any supplies before we head out? Or do you want us keeping track of supplies or?
Yes. Rations, not so much, because you were given enough food to last you to get to the boat, and then your boat is fully decked to survive out at sea for however long you've been out here. So rations you don't have to keep track of. Everything else, yes. If you have rope, if you have climbing pythons, anything like that that is expendable, keep track of it.
Okay.
So if you use it, or the rope breaks or something, you don't have that rope anymore.
Gotcha. Okay, and I guess I don't know if we covered this in the recap, so we're heading to the coast to meet up with my ship so that we can go to Carib.
So we can unite the islands and install a pirate king and build a giant laser beam to splinter the barrier between planes.
What could go wrong?
Because
that sums it up. Nothing can go wrong, right? Sounds very straightforward.
From what I understand, this is just a Tuesday for adventurers.
Indeed. Oh man, do I have to name my clockstrich?
I mean, at this point, it's tradition. What would you name it?
You did.
Did I?
You did. Now you're gonna have to go back and listen to the podcast, aren't you?
No, I refuse. I'm renaming it. I'm gonna go to a body of water and baptize this clockstrich and rename it.
I have chosen a very unique name for mine. It is Clockstrich with inventory number 61273.
You also named yours. It was Clockstridge 2. I remembered that one.
Excellent.
I think I'm gonna name my clockstrich Cloud Sephiroth X1.
This is a strong name. Yes.
Inspire strength.
Just a suggestion, you could also name it Clockstrich 3. I mean, I know that just really carries a
Definitely
lot
not
of
gonna
meaning.
happen.
So.
Yeah, definitely not.
Champion.
So,
Let's head to this boat.
so question. Pavel, are you an Adam Driver type where you don't look at your own content after it's been recorded and printed?
That is correct. I don't know who that is because I don't look at their content.
He was in Star Wars. He was Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Ben Swallow.
Self-harm emo daddy.
Do we acknowledge those movies?
Oh, you hold your tongue. I will swear by Ryan Johnson.
We have no time for this. Pause.
Okay, sorry.
In the
Okay.
sake of peace and not breaking up the team, let's move away from Star Wars fandom discussions, please.
Okay, cool.
So,
So, Pavel, did you name your boat?
I named everything. My clockstrich is named Ben Solo.
I hate you.
No, actually, I'm naming it Solo. That's it. Yes, confirmed.
Just Solo. Okay.
Solo confirmed.
Just Solo. Okay.
A nice Solo cup. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Jesus.
Yeah, wait a second. Your rat cup is named Johnny Depp, and it's an actual cup, but you've named your Clockstridge Solo.
You're making me rethink a lot of things.
What a message. Imagine the rat was called Solo and it's a Solo cup. And then you put a little helmet on and it's a Robo cop. I don't know. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I guess I'm changing it. My Clockstridge is named Johnny, and it's wearing a tricorn hat and a pirate coat, and my cup is named Solo, but I nicknamed it Han.
Obviously. Well, because it goes in your Han when you go to drink from it.
This is terrible. Can we move on? I hate all of this.
Indeed. Let's move forward.
Say, Gato, do you remember what the money part of my collection poll was? I thought I had it written down, but
Yes,
I'm not
if you hit an enemy with it and you score a critical hit, you get X amount of money. It's a randomly designated amount of money.
All right.
And I remember it's like a bag of holding for cash.
Yes. You can put all of your money in it and it will be accounted. That's also for us to not have to worry about counting money.
I am adding hits or adding notes on the D&D Beyond for organization's sake.
Sounds good.
Because there's a kernel of truth in your decision to play Quitana.
So, Valen, when they show you the location of the Navy base that Hank wanted them to go pick up the defense software, you realize that it's about 1.5 days away from the beach where you're supposed to get picked up. So it's not that far that it will delay you too much to go get picked up. So if you guys wanted to stop at the Navy base before going to the pickup site, we can get that done right now.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think the instructions that I left is to swing by with a view of like the cove or whatever every night at midnight and to look for my signal. So, I guess as long as we're there before midnight at some point, they'll come pick us up.
Perfect. We go, we conquer Navy base, and then we get picked up.
Yeah, sounds good to me. So
A quick little side quest, that's all.
Yeah, Sylas, what's this about a naval base?
When, before you each came into my life, I was traveling with a couple of other adventurers, Rufus and Randall, and Randall was very insistent on upping our defenses, which it's a good idea, and Hank seems to have located some software that will help us upgrade the defenses here if we can integrate it into the FAFs a bit. So,
and who's Randall? Did I meet him at the community?
No. Randall abandoned us. And Silas kind of looks down and away a little bit, and then
you know how sometimes you're watching a play and somebody is like, they're playing a role, but then someone comes along and replaces them and does better? We are the ones who came along and replaced them and did better.
I see.
Randall left on his own journey to find some answers to his personal burning questions.
He crammed himself.
He was weak-minded and lacked conviction and order, and now we are here to correct this and make sure Sylas is not led astray by his terrible example.
Why don't we hit the lack of road and start going, instead of reliving the most traumatic memories I have of the last few days.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry I brought it up. Let's go.
Oh.
No, I mean, it is what it is. He's doing what he must I just wish that he had discussed it with us before he left. We would have supported him, and maybe Rufus would still be with us.
And also, all defectors are weak, so...
Didn't you defect?
Okay, but this is different. I defected so that I may build up an army and come back to conquer, which is entirely different.
If you say so. Just seems like a pretty chaotic move to me. Okay, anyway, let's go.
See, this is why you should be reading the tombs that I leave at your doorstep each night.
I don't have a door.
10th step, you know what I mean. I give you tombs, you're supposed to read them, and I find them unopened each morning.
You did have a room for 2 nights while you were in the community, Valen.
No, I slept outside.
Oh, okay.
Just like on a table or something.
Like outside the whole facility, or like just not in a room? You just
like not in a tent. I just like wherever the party
Okay.
ended is where I dropped down and went to sleep.
Fair enough. So you didn't sleep so much as just passed out. Got it.
Correct.
Sounds about right. Pirate
You know,
boy.
one day, when you catch terrible diarrhea death from sleeping outside all the time, do not come crying to me.
What? Okay. All right. Cool.
So as you guys travel over to the Navy facility, I need someone to make a survival check, and we'll make one for each day of travel.
Not my forte.
When we did this before, Rufus was our scout and leader, but I think I've picked up some tricks.
I got a 22.
Quitana's already doing it. Okay.
So I love that
Good job.
while Valen and Sylas were talking about like qualifications and figuring out the best mapping techniques, Quitana was already like half a mile forward.
Yeah, I think I see like we get off of our clock stretches and I pull out like a map and I'm just like, yeah, I think if we go this way and then like if we go around that, and Quitana's already like at the naval base waving.
And to be clear, I'm walking around in heavy armor, so there was just a lot of crashing and limbs of trees breaking, and then me coming back being like, here, I found it, let's go.
There's just...
So Quitana indeed, not only does she find the fastest path to the location, considering how the land is shaped and all that, she also finds a shortcut, making the trip there much faster. So in that one day of traveling with Quitana's decisive leadership, you guys advanced as if you had walked 2 days. She found you a great shortcut that puts you halfway there.
Valen kind of like starts coming around to Quitana a little bit like, whoa, okay, I wasn't expecting actual like competence from this person.
The shortcut is that we do not allow breaks. Pee as you want.
Shortcut is just labor abuse.
Right, forced march. Real quick, out of game question.
Go for it.
Are we rolling dice or are we rolling in D20 in D&D Beyond?
I like rolling dice. I actually got a very nice velvet rolling dice for Christmas from one of my friends, and I'm using it.
All right, cool, 'cause I didn't realize.
I normally roll real dice, but I am laying on my bed, so I am rolling in D&D Beyond.
I didn't know that in D&D Beyond I could see your roll, which is crazy and very cool.
Yeah, alarming, right? That happened to me the other day. I was like, oh shit, okay.
I don't know. I'm good and superstitious about dice.
All right, so the next day of travel, you guys already are on a very, very good direction. You have been walking double speed with not enough breaks, but plenty of protein. So you make it through the first day without any injuries or any burnout. Day 2, whoever wants to make the survival check, please do.
Quitana, if you're going to track for us, why don't I help you out and point at things?
So as it turns out, a forced march for multiple days in a row is not quite as effective. I got a 10 this time.
Well, if
But,
Sylas is helping you.
Yeah, he gave you advantage.
And that's... Okay, that's better. 17.
Alright, with that 17, you realize that the forced march from yesterday didn't really left enough juice in the humans in the group to keep going double speed today, but you continue to find the right direction and you make a full day's progress on day 2.
Very well, I will be lenient. We can take 1 5-minute break. I will start timing now.
This is hell.
Okay,
I'm
we
in
are
hell.
done. Let's go.
Okay.
That was not 5 minutes. I'm still behind this rock. Could you give me like 3 more minutes? You didn't let us pee all day.
Very well. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Yikes. And then you hear zipping and I guess Sylas comes back.
Alright, in 2 days you guys have accumulated 3 days of progress. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to simplify the whole traveling thing. Because in D&D, travel is so burdensome. If you read the Overland Travel chapter, you will fall asleep, I promise. So what we're doing is to get from one location to the other, I'm gonna just give you more or less how many days it would take of 8 miles per day progress. And then I'm gonna apply that to the map to see how many miles away you were. So from the Navy facility, you were more or less 45 miles away, and that's why we're doing you need 5 days of successes of travel days to get there. If you were to fail that travel day check, something fun will happen, which hasn't happened yet. So I want combat. I want to murder you people.
I want combat too. This is D&D.
If Quitana's making their rolls, I'll continue to give help actions,
good.
and I can give Bardic as well.
And I'll keep an eye out, as we're walking for,
Alright, today's roll's an 11, so...
Even with advantage?
That was with advantage, yes.
Add a d6. You can do this, Quitana. All you have to do is let us take any more than 1 break. Just a little bit of break, and we will
Maybe
do
a
much
lunch.
better. Yeah,
That's
we haven't.
a 14. So
We've barely
we can take
eaten.
a break to clean the clock stitches. Eat as you clean the clock stitch, preferably also pee while you are cleaning the clock stitch and eating. If you can do these things all at once, then we can take a small break.
So unfortunately, because of your roll, that little pee/lunch/cleaning break gets interrupted. You don't even get halfway through the sandwich. You are one hand eating while scrubbing with the other and peeing with your third extremity.
Damn it, we're never getting another break now.
I told you.
So while you are in your camp cleaning up and getting a little bit of a breather from the road, you feel more than hear the earth kind of not just vibrating but kind of trembling with the weight of something very, very heavy traveling in your direction.
Compared to the burrowing centipedes and cockroaches that I've encountered, is this just feels similar but bigger?
It is much bigger.
Is there anywhere where we can go to get out of sight?
Yeah, so what this roll that you guys made triggered is that prompt. Now you got a chance to respond to it, and I'll let you know what happens next.
What's our terrain like?
Right now you're on the side of a poorly kept road. So there is plenty of dry hedges, there are some large rocks around, and some of the packed rocks that made up the road have been kicked off, making difficult terrain of some of the area that you're in right now.
What do you want to do, folks? Run or hunker down and see what comes?
Hide and beat them over the head as they walk by.
Yeah, I say let's get out of sight and observe before we act.
Look at that conveniently clockstridge-sized rock. rock to go hide behind. Yeah. I guess I'll like get off champion and find a spot to the side that we can put him in.
All right, Quitana and Valen following.
Please, Valen, try to be quiet this time.
Clank, 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 clank.
Yes, I will try to be as quiet as possible.
All right, as you find cover behind some of the debris and rocks and debris on the side of the road, you wait patiently, and eventually something mind-blowing rolls in front of you in the road. These beings are coming from the same direction you were coming, and their passage is, while at the same time earth-shaking, very smooth. You see a structure. At the base is four very thick logs forming a square. And then from that square, a DNA spiral looking construction rises from inside from that square of wood. And it goes about 30 feet in height, and it's made up of logs. So it's pretty much smaller logs piled up and glued together in the shape of a DNA spiral. And it is running as if it was on tank chains. It just has a very steady, almost mechanical movement to it. And you don't see anything below the thick logs but the ground. And there are two of them just slowly tanking their way through the main road.
Okay, so what I'm envisioning is kind of like big logs functioning as treads that it's rolling on top of, and it itself is kind of like a corkscrew laid on its side, right? Like it's moving in the direction of the helix, right? It's not just like standing up with a big helix.
The helix is up. It's like an updo. The helix is growing out of the log square and up. So it's about 30 feet up. And the only thing that's connected to the ground is the four logs glued together into a square.
I don't know much about nature, but that looks not natural.
Yeah, that's some old bullshit.
I'm actually rather intrigued by its design. This looks like it may have an element of order to it, but I agree it is not natural.
And it entirely ignores you, and it just keeps rolling down the road towards the direction you were going.
Were there any, like, people or creatures that we could see riding in or on it? Or no, it's just like
from your hiding
a tree
spot,
cyclone.
You can make a perception check. If you want to get a closer look, you have to lose your cover.
I got a 12.
That is... I got a 13, so not much better.
Quitana?
Sorry, I muted myself. I got a 21.
Jesus.
So Quitana's
hot fire today.
Yeah, you know, I got wisdom.
She's rolling hot. So Quitana, you managed to perceive that the trembling is not coming from a heavy step, but it's coming from some suction cups. Kind of, when they detach from the ground, they create a shockwave of force, and you realize that whatever it's in there has a very strange way of transportation, of movement. And it is kind of attaching itself to the ground and then rotating that suction motion to create a faster speed for the construct itself.
This construct seems to be sucking off the earth.
You could have phrased that very differently.
I believe that was the most accurate way to put it.
I don't believe there was a better way to phrase it. Disembodied voice. Quitana, yes, I approve.
I do not understand why you are smiling, Valen. This seems very serious.
Yes, and it's just, sometimes when you hear something, when somebody says something as profound as what you just said, it benefits everybody to just take a step back and enjoy the moment.
Oh, now you want to listen to me. I tell you, use utensils when you eat, and you're like, I can't hear anything. But now when we talk about the Earths being sucked off, possibly destroying the nature around them, you're like, oh, yes, let's listen.
I'm less listening and more hearing. Does that make sense?
Absolutely none.
Excellent. Can I pick up some pebbles from around us?
Well, I was going to ask if you guys wanted to interact with it in any way, but it is rapidly going past us, and you spent your time talking about that.
Yep.
I mean, you can still interact with it. Like, I'm gonna allow that the
I absolutely do not want to interact with this fresh hell, whatever it is.
But if you wanted to get a closer look or to interact with her, you'll have to get out of hiding.
If we wish to destroy this construct, I would suggest sending a clockstretch in to gum up the works and possibly explode. Otherwise, I'm not sure how we can stop it.
I volunteer clockstretch 3 or 2. Which one is yours?
Mine is number 2.
2. That's the one I volunteer.
The clockstretch opened up its eyes cartoonishly large, and it's like.
It just seems to be going along the road, right? Like this 30-foot wood tornado is just flying along the road. That's a good way to put it. Also, another way to put it is like, how when women with beehives, they put rollers on, and the rollers kind of like surround the beehive. It's something like that, but a little bit more tightly packed and made out of wood.
Does anybody have any fire things?
I mean, I have torches, but
I am well aware of the fact that I do not use fire magic.
I am a little more focused on the ordering people and inflicting pain, but I do not have fire.
What's the range on prestidigitation? Is that...
I believe 30 feet.
Oh. That is less far than I was hoping. Could I, make a little, firecracker, say, near-ish it, and see if it responds in any way? Just like a bit of flash and pizzazz?
Okay. I'm gonna take orders as they come. Yes, you're allowed to do that. Would you like to continue with that plan?
At this point, I was just considering jumping out and telling them to stop.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do just like a little jubilee nonsense near a shit, and see if it stops. I'm gonna set a reaction to wave friendly and be like, hi.
Okay, Quitana, are you jumping out?
I will let Sylas attempt his fireworks first.
I'm gonna prepare an Eldritch Blast if their response to Sylas's truly insane plan is anything other than friendly.
Okay, Sylas, you jump out, you put out the fireworks. Where along the structure do you put them?
Near-ish the top, I guess. It's going by. I was just trying to get attention.
Okay, the log structure just drives past the fireworks and keeps going. That was the first one. Second one's coming right behind it. What are you guys doing?
Oh wait, second one? How many of these things are there?
2.
There were 2 of them. The first one just drove past you, and they're moving at 40 feet per round, so they're not high speed chase, but they're a regular human on a jog, kind of.
Yeah. I will walk out from behind the rock. Hello, very dangerous looking wooden things. Are you friendly?
So
If they don't stop for Sylas, I'm going to jump out behind them and just
So
yell,
the
"Halt
moment-
in the name of the law."
The moment you move Sylas, both of them stop in their tracks. And whatever you said seems to have gone unnoticed. But they both stopped, and the one in the front rotates itself to have what you imagine it's the front of it looking in your direction. And make a perception check, Sylas.
That's decent. 17.
Pretty good. With that 17, you can see at the very base of the structure where the 4 thick logs are glued together, in the middle of one of those logs, a little head is popping out. It looks like the head of a snail almost, but it's very furry and very bug-like. It's not slimy. It seems to have flesh and fur and skin, and from the tip of its head, 2 little rust-colored antennae are popping out.
I wave. Hello, friend.
And that's the point that we roll initiative.
Of course it is.
I had my Eldritch Blast prepared, so...
Yes, so let's
I was going to ask.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask if they held chaos in their hearts, but it seems like the answer is yes.
Is there a role for Hearts of Chaos?
It's more of an identity that you either represent with or not.
Oh, I rolled the same thing. Quitana.
I have +1, so I have 12 for initiative.
Oh God.
I have 14 for initiative.
Sylas has to be much less trusting. I rolled a nat 1
The legend
on
continues.
my initiative
boy.
roll. The legend continues. Yeah.
So what is total,
It's
Sylas?
a total of 4. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
This is going well, I think. Sylas,
Yeah.
so you knew they were dangerous. You said out loud with your words that it was a scary thing, and your move was to reveal yourself and wave.
Come to think of it, Rufus prevented me from doing this very often.
I see. Quitana, I recommend that you take on the role of keeping Sylas from doing this kind of thing again.
As you're speaking, she's charging.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I've let
See,
loose
that's what Rufus used to do.
So the way this works,
You're going to have to
Valen-
tell me about this Rufus character at some point because, well, it seems like something I should know.
Well, Sylas draws his sword, and he grabs a dagger in his other hand, although I don't think I can technically wield both at the same time yet. How about I show you? Because, like, Rufus used to fight this
can-
way, is what I was getting at, and, okay,
you
it
can
is
hold
bad.
both. You just won't do as much damage as he used to, because he was specialized into weapon fighting.
And so, DM, what do we actually see? Like, we've rolled the initiative, and I
Yes,
had my Eldritch Blast prepared, but what
So,
do I see?
perform your Eldritch Blast. You, from the position that you are in, you cannot really tell what Sylas knows about these beings, that there's a little, like, bug in the bottom of it. But you do see that these things are conscious. They have a consciousness, right? One of them turn around towards where Sylas is standing. So I'm guessing the one in the front is the one that you want to shoot, as it's the one that showed the most.
Well, I mean, has
perception.
it shown, like, hostility?
Not yet. They just turn around and they will start. You notice that they started walking in your direction. They started their movement towards you. I don't know if you want to take that as
Yeah, if they're just
hostility.
walking, I'm not going to do anything.
I mean, our DM indicated that they were hostile by making us roll initiative.
They are charging you the same way they were charging down the runway. I mean,
They're charging. They're not
highway.
just walking.
The runway.
Jesus.
They're not charging. They're moving at the same speed they were moving before. So they're like rolling their way towards you.
I mean, if Kitana's charging, I guess I'm shooting.
I thought that we were fighting. if they're not openly hostile, then I'll more stand in front of Sylas to intercept, but not attack.
Yeah, and I'll stay hidden with my Eldritch Blast prepared for the first sign of hostility.
Okay, so Valen, it is your turn. I'm guessing you are ready in action to shoot when they attack.
Yes.
Quitana, you're next.
I will... I'll just cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay, that gives you +2 armor class. For 1 minute, I believe?
1 minute... Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Ooh, nice. That's much nicer than I remember. Next up are the wooden structures, and they are indeed coming closer to you. As of the round before where we all started, they were at medium distance away from you. Now they're getting to the close range, and they do get to close, and everyone now gets to see that at the base of the structures, and now they have turned around and headed in your direction. You see little bug faces, and I don't know how to imagine the most bug-like thing you can think of. It's like a Pokemon of a bug. It's just round-headed, has big beady eyes, and 2 little bug teeth on the side of its face. It also has long little copper-colored antennae poking out of its head.
Oh, hell no.
Come on, Pavel, this is not the Russian boy game. Do not feel attacked.
Alright, I do feel attacked. Literally feel attacked.
For the listeners, I traumatized Pavel and his friend Boris with rust monsters in the past, so he has all the right to be upset.
I hop on Johnny Depp the Clock Stricken right away. Y'all are on your own.
So that's all they do, actually. They just move their 40 feet in your direction, and they are now in the close range. Meaning
and
that...
still moving toward us.
Yes.
This is beginning to feel hostile.
They will be adjacent to you by next round.
What's the move, y'all? Stop or we'll shoot. Do they respond?
I'm sorry, it's Sylas' turn. I skipped you, Sylas, my bad.
Please stay where you are, fair travelers. Because we see no reason to engage in violence with you. I guess, so I don't waste my action, can I, make an insight check to see if they are just straight up gonna wreck me regardless of what I do?
I will give you the opportunity to make either a nature or a plain wisdom ability check, trying to remember what these things are.
Well, it is a 9 on the die. Do I have anything in nature? Oh, that's right, I'm a bard. 11.
With an 11, you have a vague recollection of someone mentioning... give me 1 second. Bagworm larva in the past to you. And you remember that these are this is the thing you're looking at right now. It's the larva face of a very monstrous large moth that when it's ready to become a pupa, it collects wood to make a protective shell around its body when it is awaiting to transform into the moth.
So it's I'm assuming it's hungry because that's what they like a growing moth would be.
Yes, when they are in their shell phase, they're collecting nutrients to last them their whole transformation. Normally, this big contraptions are also filled with the dead bodies of animals and other plants.
Okay, so then it's safe to assume that we're on the menu.
Indeed, and if you had to roll higher, you would know much more. But unfortunately, you didn't.
in that case, I think... Because, like, Sylas still doesn't want to kill random animals. Like, that's not his ideal situation, and he's not going to let them eat him, but I think I'm going to shout, "Oh, snap! I've remembered what they are. They're hungry bugs." And I'm going to run up to get not within range of the spell, but just close enough to be scary. And when I'm going to, like, try and be as big as I can, put my hands up over my head, and then I slam my arms together, and I'm going to try and scare them off with a thunder wave.
Sounds good. We're
back!
we're back to Valen.
So did Sylas use Thunderwave? Were those structures affected by it?
No, he prepared for it. Is that?
No,
or did you actually cast it?
Oh no, I'm casting it, but I'm like casting it as an intimidation check more than I'm like casting it to do harm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're animals. I'm trying to like scare them off.
They seem to respond very neutrally to the sound.
Oh. Well, okay.
Well, Valen has no objections to killing animals, so I'm gonna hop on Johnny Depp and I'm gonna ride out like from the opposite side of the rock that Silence emerged from, and I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at, I guess, the bugs.
Okay, are you choosing the one that was in the front or the one that was behind?
The one that's in the front.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Okay, that is... Ooh, not great. That's a 9?
That does not hit. You see that it bounces off of the protective wooden shell they have made for themselves, and you realize that the wooden shell itself, it's held together by very, very sticky webs. Not webs, but like silk. They have used their silk to like bind and saw all the wood together. And you can see that also has made it harder to penetrate with a force spell in this case.
Okay, so what I want to do then, as part of like my movement / if you'll allow as a bonus action, is I want to try to like get the one that's encroaching on Silas's attention and try to like kite it away from the other two.
Be careful, Valen. We ran into centipedes that were mutated by the final dawn. These could be as well.
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk to them, though. I'm trying to get them away from you.
Thanks. But also, please don't die.
Not my intention.
By the way,
yes.
for everyone listening and for the cast, I shared a photo of the worms we're fighting in the Discord, and that will be available in our regular Discord, so you're very welcome to stop by and take a look at it.
See, I thought it was just some bullshit that you were doing, but this is a thing that exists in the world. Huh?
I have been working very hard on the background of this game, especially biology-wise. I am choosing things that are real, and I'm
so proud of you. Can I just say? So proud.
Yeah. That's so cool, and also now I have a new thing to be terrified of in real life.
They actually make very boring moths. I wish the moths were fancier, but it's just like a brown and gray moth.
So does it look like I got their attention, the first one?
Yes. Actually, after you shoot your attack, you realize that the attack went mostly ignored. But the moment that your cockatrice stopped moving, they both like turned their heads in your direction.
Okay, so what's the speed of what's Johnny Depp's speed?
1 second.
I think it's 60.
Okay, and what's my clockstrich's speed?
Oh wait, is Johnny Depp the rat cup again?
No, I meant the person, the actor, famous actor Johnny Depp.
Oh,
but,
fair enough.
I fucking hate you.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'll move. I'll go the full 60 to the. I assume like Sylas jumped out to the right of the rock, and I'll go left.
Yeah, although I explicitly got off my Clockstridge, so you are moving faster than me at this point.
Yeah, that's my turn.
My turn.
Okay. Yes, it is Quitana.
I now will charge at it, screaming, "Death to the agents of chaos!" And I will run up in front of Sylas, just to, like, kind of try and body block for him.
Yes.
And then I will cast Spiritual Weapon, and as part of that cast, I can make a melee spell attack against one of the creatures, whichever one Valen hit.
Okay.
That was the first one.
Yes.
What weapon are you using?
It's just a spiritual weapon. Alright, 24 total.
Yikes. And what kind of damage is that?
It is 1d8 plus 4 force radiant. Let me check.
If it is force, it does break through the wood logs, and you see the larva
force
inside kind of like recoil with the hit, and it hides inside of its shell. And as it is their turn, the one that you hit started like to wiggle inside of its shell a little bit, making some very deliberate contacts with the ground with the four thick logs that makes the base of it. And
Excellent.
it turns around and starts running towards the street. And the one behind it makes a few taps on the ground with its shell and follows after it.
Well, it takes 10 damage, so...
Oh yeah, it took the damage. Even if it was 1 damage, it would have gone through entirely and rattled the fuck out of these bugs. They were not expecting their food to bite so hard. And they are in full retreat. Any of you follow?
Oh, they're running?
Yes, that's what I was trying to do.
Now I'll stop Johnny Depp and return to Sylas and Quitana.
We are letting them escape.
Well, they're wild animals. Why not?
They are agents of chaos.
Hey, yeah, about that kill all agents of chaos thing. Present company excluded, I hope.
I feel like I was very clear about my feelings about chaos.
Yeah, I guess you were. Yeah, I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion this may come back to bite us eventually, but I don't see why we need to pursue this.
I will relent to Silas's soft, gentle, very weak heart.
Sylas, are you sick?
I text Valen. See, she's growing.
I text back. No, seriously, new bit. Who dis?
For all he knows, this
right.
is like someone from back home.
Yeah.
How many people do you have that send you repent texts every hour on the hour?
Oddly enough, like 4.
3 of those kids from the holiday special, right? They also.
We have a whole group chat where it's just our community preacher just yelling repent at all of us.
Yeah, that follows.
I would like to meet this man.
Speaking of a preacher and a space cowboy, it is time to keep going. That made no sense. I apologize. Everyone has to listen to it. I was trying to be clever with a transition. I failed. We get back on the road. No one took any amount of significant damage, so the day keeps going as normal. You manage to get past the day's travel even with the interruption. And now it's the next day of travel. Let's go. We're 2 away.
Okay. Once again, you can have advantage from the help action and a die of bardic inspiration if needed.
What's our camping setup like?
I imagine Quitana makes us keep watch very in a very structured manner.
I am glad you asked. We create a hexagonal space in which we mark each of the 6 corners, and that is where you will be making your rounds when you are on guard. There is a strict guard schedule, and you are not to blink too many times while you are on guard, lest you miss any threats that approach. You must make, how many would that be? I guess that's like 5 revolutions each minute of the camp. So, it's best to take it at a brisk jog.
I've been playing fetch with champion, so just whatever.
Valen has been casting minor illusion of himself, just walking around the camp, but not actually doing it.
I imagine Quitana's doing a Leslie Knope style binder, and everyone just throws it under the chair and forgets about it.
Yo. Get on your feet.
So that nights are counted towards the daily adventure progress. Depending on the roll you make, your nights will be just as problematic as your days.
What are we rolling for the night?
But you didn't roll. No. Your day roll lets you know how bad your night will be. You roll low enough to get a daytime problem, not low enough to get both day and nighttime problems.
Got it. Okay.
All right, let's do the next day, please.
Did we rest comfortably?
Yeah, you long rested fine. There was no interruption of your sleep, just of your daybreak. Next day, survival roll, please.
Are you still helping me, Sylas?
Oh yeah, of course. Help action, and you can always add a d6.
Oh boy,
that sounded pleasant.
We got an 8. I will apply the d6. Okay, we rolled well on the d6. That's 13 total.
All right. Similar to yesterday, you noticed the passage of this large bugs, large worms, covering logs, going in the same direction you are.
we let them pass.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to want to let these creatures live. Fine.
Is anyone else concerned, though, about how many of these we've seen and why they're all going the same direction?
Yes, it's clear we need to exterminate them, but... let the natural ones live. So, fine.
I feel like that's somebody's, livelihood is dealing with these things, and I don't want to infringe on somebody's ability to put food on their table.
I believe we should prepare torches in case we need to, how is it Valen likes to put it? Burn this shit down at some point?
Burn this mother. Burn this mother down.
Yes.
We can definitely be ready for them, yes.
This counts as your 4th day of travel because you did so well on your first. Now we get to move on to your last travel day.
You can do it, Quitana. Just like we've done it 4 or 3 days prior.
Excellent. I require no help. I am perfect at... Do I get another d6?
Of course.
Wait, Pavel, are you able to see his rolls?
Yes.
This is a...
If that's what you want to call them.
Let me just do the calculations here.
Wait, do I have to open his
Carry
character?
the 1.
No, you just need to be in a character that's in the campaign, I think.
Okay, let me
10 total.
I'm surprised you breached double digits.
It was very close. I needed the bardic inspiration.
So, with a 10... During the day, you see another couple of these this worms crawling by, full of with their body covered in logs, and then when you're doing your night shift, who is in? What's the shift split up like? Who's first, second, and third shift?
I think
Quitana
Valen would prefer first shift, but
I Valen definitely goes first because I don't trust him to stay awake. I'll take the middle of the night because I feel like I don't trust anybody to wake up and then be alert. And then, Sylas, are you okay with last shift?
I don't feel like I have a choice. But Sylas has huge bags under his eyes, but he's up, and, well, that's about it.
Well, lucky for all of you, the issue happened in the first shift. So, while Valen is awake and Quitana and Sylas are in bed with their armor off, I'm guessing, for those who take off their armor.
I do not. I clean my armor and then I put it back on before I go to bed.
You do know that sleeping with armor on makes you wake up a little tired and all fucked up, right? So you've been living your whole life at exhaustion level 1.
It is important to be ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get
You're like
ready.
Rock Lee. When you take off your armor, you'll be like hasted for a day. So in the first watch, Valen, you're just hanging out by the fire. I'm guessing you set up a fire.
I am not patrolling at all the way Quitana wants, and I am very happy to roll with disadvantage on any perception checks.
Yeah, make a perception check with disadvantage because you're just like pretty much making wooden structures by the fire.
I'm doing that. If anybody's played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'm like stacking stones. Okay, that's an 8. Plus 3, 11, and 5 plus 3, 8.
You don't hear or feel anything until the very last second, where the heavy flap of wings whips up a storm of burned ash and wood chips, and you look up and there is a moth the size of a giant eagle just lustfully looking at you from above. Also, you are right next to the fire, and it has like one eye on the fire, one eye on you, and we should end it here for tonight.
Oh. I cast Minor Illusion to make the sound of an alarm bell.
Oh, well, I was about to ask if we woke up from the, like, heavy beating of wings, but I guess we'll find out next week. Or in 2 weeks, because of our release schedule.
Pop the alarm! Yeah, let's end it there for today. Thank you everyone for listening. Can't wait to see you again in 2 weeks. We love you. My name is Germán. I am
Hold on,
wait.
Germán.
What?
You have to re-say how the episode ended because it spoke over. We have no idea what you said.
Oh, really?
I heard all of it.
Yeah, I heard about this moth creature the size of a eagle.
I heard about this moth creature that was definitely evolved from the worms that we struck before.
Mm-hmm.
And let go, Sylas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sylas.
Wait, what? Valen,
Compassion is the enemy.
Thank you. You finally started reading the tombs.
I have, yeah, they're pretty good.
Well,
this one's called Everybody Poops.
Actually, mine says nobody poops but you.
Oh, that's very sad.
Oh, wait, no, this is the abridged one. Mine says you're an evil child, and that's concentrated evil coming out the back of you.
Well, regardless, I jump out of the tent yelling, "Your days of sucking are over!"
Well, yeah, that's where it ends. A giant moth with wings of bark is flying right above the fireplace, and our lovely guards person, Valen. Let's end it there for the night. Thank you everyone for listening in. My name is Germán, and I am your DM.
I'm Sylas Cantor, and I was played by Shane.
My name's Valen, and I was played by Pavel.
And I am Quitana, and I was played by Rick.
Anybody got anything to plug? I want to mention that
I'm working on this great podcast called The Legend of Not One. Everyone should take a listen. It's great.
There is
if
a
you're
new religion blossoming. It is the Order of Quitana's Inquisition. If anybody's curious, it involves self-beating, forced marches, and rigorous training. So I know there's probably a lot of excitement about that. Feel free to check our Discord for more information.
Yeah. Oh, we have the email address, thelegendofnat1@gmail.com. If you have anything you want to say to us, hate mail is as appreciated as fan mail. And Germán and I work with NYC Gamers, so if you're in New York, pay attention, and we will be telling you all about some fun upcoming events in virtual spaces when as soon as that information is finalized.
Like Moira Rose would say, darling, publicity is publicity no matter if it's good or bad. That's not her accent, and I just want to delete this, please. Edit this out.
Hello there, cool cats and kittens.
While everyone is stuck inside, we hope you are safe and are able to remain as mentally healthy as possible.
There's no shame if you're just sitting on the couch or need some help dealing with the extra pressures quarantine puts on us all.
Please prioritize your physical and mental health. We love you and we care about you.
We love you and want you to be well.
Valen's theme music, Pirates of the Quarantine, is by Alexander Nakarada and was provided by filmmusic.io.
The Legend of Nat 1, background music by Kevin MacLeod and provided by incompetech.filmmusic.io.
The Legend of Nat 1 theme by David Yarley.
This episode is edited by Brandon Lee,
with assistance by Shane Sherry. Logo by Ben Thwaite.
You can send us an email at thelegendofnat1@gmail.com. That's nat1 with the number 1. Send us any ideas you have.
For treasure, weapons, fan art, weapons,
for loot,
weapons,
questions,
ideas,
etc.
And anything else you may think of. Weapons.
We'd love to hear from you.
We'll love to hear from you. Weapons.